So very good morning, one and all. I'm Karthikeya Kumar from Hyderabad, and I've been working as a senior HR manager and head of L&D, and I'm a cybersecurity advisor with 16 years of experience. So we have been meeting across various sessions over the last 2 weeks, and today this session is completely about women's security, or rather the girl child security and protection. There are two focused areas here. The first one would be I will be primarily focusing on what are the cyber challenges that we are facing today in terms of women's security. The second aspect would be in terms of the challenges that are legally coming forward, which the legal advisor Madhavi Madam will be able to take care. She will be addressing you on all these aspects. After the initial 20-25 minutes of my session, the rest of the session will be handed over to Madhavi Madam. And let me make it very clear that it is going to be purely an interactive session. Okay, so this interaction should help you to safeguard yourself in terms of how to keep yourself safe while using social media, smartphones, everything. So with this, I'll be going ahead and starting the session right here. So let me share the screen for all of you here so that it will be visible clearly. Here we go. So myself, Karthikeya Kumar, and Madhavi Madam, we two are here. And the topic would be cyber challenges in women and girl child protection and the fighting cyber crimes against women. Any queries, you can write us to info@k3consultants.com. This is one important thing I would like to mention. Now let us start here. The first question, are women really safe on internet? So that's a primary question here. If I have to say, are the women really safe on safe on internet? Yes, definitely. I can feel like most of them are not really safe, because when I look at this aspect, there are people who are daily getting trapped in several ways, especially women, through different media. When I have to speak about this, in the last few weeks, we have done a couple of cyber awareness sessions where we have addressed some of the issues, and all these issues, have been addressed by many experts along with me. And when we start addressing these issues, a lot of input started coming in. So now the first question: are we really safe? No, I should say this. Why is it safe? Why we are not safe as a woman? Why a woman is not safe on internet? There are two things. The problem that is created by someone towards women is one of the reason. The problem that has been created by a woman for herself is another reason. I should not say this, but let me be very honest on these lines. There are women who created actually a lot of problems for themselves by unwantedly getting into unwanted apps, making a lot of TikTok videos, making a lot of fun on social media. I mean, every day I get a lot of Facebook requests, and I see a lot of TikTok videos in the name of girls, in name of many women, saying like, "Add me, do this, do this." Why are we trying to you know uh, click all those things? Why are we trying to do that? See, end of the day, social media is like a car. If you know how to properly use it, then you use it better. If not, you don't use it. Just give me 1 minute. The screen sharing got stuck here. Right. So if we are not sure of using which particular item in what way, let us not even touch it. Especially women participants over here, let me advise one thing. If you are getting some sort of information over your WhatsApp, your TikTok, over your social media, Facebook platform, or even on Gmails, before you click that link or before you open that particular link, think twice. Is it really needed to open it or not? Because the problem here is when we try to open the unwanted links, there are a lot of people who are doing research in terms of cyber security here. So I see a lot of participants. Yesterday, 3 days back, there was a session where we had almost 45 plus queries in terms of what is happening with the cyber security. I mean, women's security on cyber. In fact, they were male also, so we were in general discussing. But when I discuss about this particular aspect over here, the biggest challenge what we are facing today is that we are not able to control our ambitions, our happiness, our desires, anything, even through social media. Unfortunately, we are in a very hardcore state like lockdown, where everyone will get bored, where everyone wants to really, just do something or other for a time pass. If you really want to do a time pass on social media, to plan to search for some recipes, you do some research, you do some cartoons, you look out for some Cartoon Network. But apart from this, what other things are we doing? I'll explain to you. See, essential cyber tips for every woman. So, what are the things we should follow? Apart from my session, there are other important things that would be coming in from Madhavi Garu also. So, what are the most common platforms we everyday use with or without knowledge? Let's start one by one. Number one is smartphone. Number two is tablets or digital pads. The third one would be social media. These are the only three viral things which are really distracting the world in other way, especially women, to get into the trap of someone. I'm not focusing on cyber frauds in terms of financials, but I'm focusing on the frauds that are really happening just in the name of a smartphone, tablets or iPads or social media. Today, every person, every single individual on the planet Earth, 95% are getting a smartphone at a cost of 3,000 to 4,000 rupees from a Tom, Dick, and Harry company. Now, this company phone, this will help you to actually have a front camera. This will help you to actually enable a lot of apps. Now, with this, what are we trying to do here? Now, all these phones, what we have, will be coming up with some built-in apps. We are not satisfied with those apps. We try downloading some more apps. What are those apps? TikTok. We try to go with TikTok. We try to go with WeChat. We try to go with etc. 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 And unfortunate thing is, a lot of frauds are happening in India these days, especially because of certain set of sites which come as an advertisement link over YouTube. While we are watching some YouTube, without our knowledge or with knowledge, we go and click on that particular link, and we see that all these links are really hacking our computer. Just imagine a girl who is sitting in a different unknown location is being easily tracked by a person sitting in a different location just by sending a message over like an advertisement, or even like a hello through an unknown number. If you really ask me, there are ultimate experts who know the way to do the best crimes through online, who are not even 10th passed outs. Who are not even 10th passed outs. The way they do the crimes, being a 10th failed or even less than that, the kind of time they invest in knowing all these things, the kind of efforts they put in hacking the people, and most of the time they target the women, because the most of the frauds are possible only through this side. Because when you show something that this is on a big sale, you just buy this today and you will get this much of offer. Khel khatam dukan band. They run just behind it. They take the credit cards, debit cards, blah 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 blah. They buy everything, and what do they get at the end of the day? They are literally tracking. I mean, they have been literally tracked by someone. First and foremost thing, let me make it very simple in terms of smartphone, tablet, or social media platforms. To all the participants over here, kindly do not use your original the actual email ID when you're trying to take the sessions on Zoom. Please do not use your actual email IDs when you're taking any sessions. I see some of the participants are trying to actually clean something on the screen. Please do not do that. So I'm trying to mention some points here. Point number one: use a dummy email ID for Zoom sessions. The reason why I'm saying this is, in case if you are using an official email, a personal email ID for a Zoom session or any interaction through online, if someone is trying to hack you, or your computer, there is an easy scope that they can intrude into your personal email address as well, and they can get out of your all the bank information, very confidential details, your official messages, everything. I hope you are understanding. So when this kind of risk is everywhere, why should we give a chance to someone? So point number one: use a dummy mail ID for Zoom sessions. Point number two: do not upload any personal info on social media, especially TikTok, WhatsApp status, FBDP, etc., etc., etc. Now that etc's you need to understand. That etc's everyone have to understand. Where are you uploading your details is a question here. First, very common sense in a layman aspect when we think, where are our data getting stored? Our data is in our computer. But when we upload it to someone, if I'm sending my data to my father or to another friend of mine through WhatsApp, it must be going to his or her WhatsApp phone. But it is not getting stored just on our phones or our computers. It is getting stored on a third party server called Facebook, Twitter, the LinkedIn, WhatsApp, everywhere. And the kind of travel, see, starting from my PC, okay, traveling towards destination PC, to destination PC or anything you do to that matter. In between, the data transfer can be hacked by anyone. Is it secured that the data is totally going to WhatsApp server? It might be going to WhatsApp server. It is going, it is displayed on the other phone. But who is watching it in between is the question. When you give an option for someone to monitor you in a different source, people, we really tend to do a lot of mistakes over WhatsApp and social media. The first mistake is sending the chain messages. 150 times or thousands of times the people have been advised not to do this, not to do this, not to do this from every single cyber security expert. Please do not do anything. Please do not forward chain messages. Please do not do not share any chain content. But unfortunate thing is, somebody will say, if you don't do that, you'll get some bad time. If you don't do that, you'll find some negative thing happening in your life. Madhavi madam will also be addressing everything. Tina, she'll be addressing after some time all the queries, right? So please stop, kindly stop sharing all the chain contents, and do not click on tiny URLs. When you get a small URL which says click this today and you will get this, click this today, give a feedback, click this today and you claim this prize. Arey yaar, you have ample money, you can go, you can buy, you can be happy. Why are we running around freebies? Is it so necessary for us? And especially being a girl or a woman. And recent days, I have seen a lot of people running around a rumor. Like if you don't do this on this particular day, that too on a full moon day, okay, you'll get into this problem. Wear this, wear that. Photo challenge, dressing challenge, eating challenge. We are already having a big challenge called lockdown and COVID in front of us, and we are hardly trying to come out of it. Apart from that, being very jobless, workless, and we are doing a lot of challenges. And I really see people taking uh, different modes of selfies. I don't know, apart from 360 degrees, there is another 180 degrees in the camera. They take different degrees of photographs and they post it on YouTube, they post it on TikTok, they post it on Facebook. All my dear friends, trust me, we ourselves are digging our problems with our own proclaimers. Let me be very, very, very clear on this. We are digging our own problems, we are digging our own concerns with our own bulldozer. We are inviting something to come, let us do this. Why are we doing it? I don't understand. Why should we post our personal photographs on a social media? Why should we personally post our photographs, even though you are sending the photographs to your parents or to your,
relatives.
relatives, anyone to that matter, anyone to that matter? When you're trying to do this, is it really going to only them, or someone else are trying to hack it? There are a lot of things. Whenever you get time, those who are in your respective cities or places, go to your nearest police station. Those who are in Hyderabad, come to Gachibowli or Cyberabad PS. Those who are in your respective places, go to one of the CID police station or a crime station. Ask them on a daily basis how many women crime cases are getting recorded. Just on simple names, sharing of email IDs, their email ID got hacked, their phone numbers, everything, whatnot. We are doing everything which should not be done. And unfortunate thing is, we are actually into a big, big, big problem because of this. Now let me show another reason. What are the most used applications? As I said, yes, here they are. Facebook. I should tell you, earlier days when you get up in the morning, girls, I mean youngsters or even the aged people, The first thing used to be in olden days, they look at a god's photo and say, Namaskara. Now the second generation has started. The second generation has started doing, okay, parents' photos. They left the God and they started doing, okay, parents are there or their mother, father are there. They started looking at their face as a sentiment. Now the third generation started. This third generation, they get up, pull out the mobile from the under the pillow, and they start saying how many likes, how many shares, how many videos, how many uploads today. Arey Bab, subah subah, like I don't understand what is that so interesting. Look at your parents, look at your God, and we are very much bothered. We'll be working on the Facebook till night 12 o'clock. We message people, like my video, share my video, post my video. If it is really a useful one, you do it, no problem. Taking a selfie in a 780-degree angle and then posting it and saying, like my video, get I need 100 shares, 1,000 likes. Is it going to fetch some money? If you want to earn money, that is not the way. There is other way. TikTok. Forget about girl students. These days, lot of female, I mean the married people, they started doing TikToks and they started posting it on what do you call it, so-called platforms. And they say, you know, I should not say this. I cannot comment on this personally. I think that can become addressed by a women advisor only. The kind of problems they're really pulling in every day, minimum TikTok cases. WhatsApp, we send the status, we send about across to others in groups. I strictly restrict my groups. I put all the groups in a non-media mode so that I don't get any photo downloaded on my computer or on my mobile. I ensure that the WhatsApp is safe on my phone. I keep all the security features on my 6 devices what I have. 2 desktops, 2 laptops, 2 mobiles at home. So none of them will get affected. WhatsApp, dating apps. How do we get into this? Very simple. Very, very simple. When you're watching some YouTube video, when you're watching some advertisement, when you're watching some movie, with or without your knowledge, the people have become so intelligent. They started linking these dating app links to this particular video which you are seeing. Now, without our knowledge, we click that video. Automatically, what happens? It will not open. It will get stored on the back end. Now, further going forward, whatever you open, only this pop-up comes in. This video shows like, click on this, install this app. And the biggest challenge is on Instagram these days. Instagram, I don't know, apart from other countries, in our country, Instagram followers are the biggest people where, you know, Instagram people are able to really get a lot of likes, a lot of fans. TikTok, Instagram, celebrities. This celebrity, I don't know why we call them as celebrities. Many people suggested me, Karthik, why can't you be on Instagram? Why can't you be on TikTok? Why can't you be on YouTube?
Celebrity too.
Ma'am?
So that you can be a celebrity too.
I'm already a celebrity and I'm happily living in my house. My family is safe. Now, if I wanted to be additional celebrity, I should look forward, you know, for a place where my family cannot reach me. That's for sure. That's for sure. I mean, unwantedly pulling out problems. Many people says, Karthik, you do your videos on LinkedIn, you upload your entire channel, get 1 lakh likes, do this, do that. We know what we should do. We know how slowly we can go. We cannot run like a rabbit and get tired and sit somewhere. Ensure that we are safe. Entertainment apps, do not download every single app, whatever you get on your mobile phone. Please restrict it. Stop taking photos using those apps. Don't download a camera app and start taking the photographs in a different angle with the different effects, removing the background. Everything is absolutely awesome. But who is editing all those photos? Are you editing it? No. You're uploading your photo to a third party server where that fellow who sits in that particular company is allowing you to just change the background. But he is not deleting the photo. Do you know that? They're not deleting your photographs. All the photographs are getting stored in someone's server. Is it really needed for us? Lot of families got into trouble. Lot of families, trust me, in another 15 minutes after my discussion, Madhavi madam is going to come up with a lot of discussions as such. You don't believe, a lot of use cases. In fact, yesterday night, even at 11 o'clock, I shared a use case which happened on Instagram, if I'm not wrong. TikTok. It was on TikTok. Now, the biggest thing is people started getting narrowed down in a lot of things. The first one is getting, self-secured. Earlier days, in a family, people used to sit together, work together, live together. Now, after getting the smartphones, a house which has four members with a three-bedroom or a two-bedroom, everyone started taking their own rooms. They don't come out and sit with each other. They don't know what is happening. The electricity bill, half of the electricity bill will be filled with only mobile charging and iPad charging. So now nothing more than that. Most of the time they'll be on it. And the people started using, if you look at the Airtel and other companies' statistics in terms of data usage, especially from evening 7 o'clock to morning 4 o'clock, you will get really shocked that what kind of downloads are happening, what sort of data has been used, what sort of sites have been visited, how many terabytes of uploads are happening. Seriously, these are all very, very big concerns. Now those apps have started using they started giving such a facility. In a normal terminology, I should say it is a self-destructing mechanism or self-assassinating mechanism, where the app say you create your own personal room, sit in that room, you invite your own friends, and you start working on it. Now, what is that you do on a personal room in a window or in an app where you have something really personal to do? Is it so needed? No, but still we do it. Let me show you some more aspects here. So this is what most of the time, those whoever get affected because of the crimes, they never report. They don't come forward and say that I have been hacked, I have been harassed, I have been done this, my issues are this, I've been troubled by a person like this. Yesterday night I have a case. Yesterday night I had a case from one of the person. This guy is from my hometown Tirupati. This guy started calling me saying like, sir, one of my uncle, he's not found since last 4 hours, so I would like to take your help in terms of identifying where is he gone. I said, what happened? We don't know. His mobile is there, he took the mobile and he is not answering the calls. Can you help me to track? I said, you have to go and legally complain, and then that's when we can do. He says, no, 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 we don't want to complain, we want to get it done unauthorized. I am a grey hat hacker. I can track the phones, I can track the devices, but I can do it only if I'm allowed properly from a police station or a police personnel in a written format that Karthik, you can go and do this. Most unfortunate thing is many people are learning ethical hacking, keeping ethics aside, they are hacking. Now this fellow started pinging me. At least I'll give you his email ID, crack the password and get me his password. I don't understand. To find a person, why does he need a password of a person? Trying to be over smart. See, I'm a fellow who thinks in a crime point of view. I think starting from the beginning to a postmortem, including autopsy, I think at all the levels, even if a person is died, I'll still try to investigate. That's how my mentality will be. Now, what happened here? He says, sir, please kindly go ahead, get me the password, identify the person. I said, you go to the nearest police station, I'll call them, I'll tell them. He says, the family is not ready to take a risk. The family doesn't want to take a risk. The family wants the person to be tracked. The family doesn't want to go legally, and they want everything to be legal. Tomorrow, if the same fellow who has been identified, if he comes and files a case on me saying like, why did you give my password to him? Where should I go? Then this fellow will be vanished. He will not be seen anywhere. This is what happens with a lot of people. Why we don't come forward? If you have a problem, complain, raise your hand, raise a concern. That is the biggest challenge. You don't know how to report a cyber crime. You don't need to even go to a PS. Fill it online. Your case is being done. All the cyber crime cases can be even filled through online. You log in the case. You raise an issue. Reporting the incident would not help. At least you need to have someone to attend that incident. What has happened? Just by reporting and leaving it is not a concern. Recently, in one of the case, I've been to Gachibowli Cyberabad PS in one of the financial fraud through OLX. When I took my relatives there to actually know what has happened, they took a complaint, undoubtedly. But when I saw there were cotton boxes, big boxes, some hundreds of cases that have been getting logged on a daily basis. There were girls who have come all the way there to complain what has happened. If we step back with our problems, nobody is going to give a solution for us. Fearing harassment after reporting incident. Obviously, it will happen. If someone has harassed you, if you complain against them, they might come back and harass. This is something we cannot stop. But if you don't complain, Still that is going to happen, right? At least if you complain, raise a concern, minimum security will be provided to you. The family will give more of security. You will also understand what are the things you should not do in the future. That is the biggest advantage. If you don't complain, I think there are a lot of use cases. There are many cases as such where people don't raise an issue. I see a lot of girls even today in the schools who are being harassed, but they cannot speak out to their parents. There are many students in the college who are being harassed. They cannot speak out to their parents. There are many faculty or employees in the college, universities, and companies. We have a lot of activities in companies. Women's safety, employee safety, if they are discriminate gender issues, if someone is harassing you at any level, you are an entry level employee, harassment is done by a CEO of a company. You have an online portal where you can raise the concern, raise your voice, don't hide it, don't keep it to yourself. Report the incident, get a clarification done. If you fear for it, it's not of any use. To protect social image in fear of influential accused. No, why do you want to protect your social image? See, if we say something wrong, unfortunate thing is the society is designed as such these days. If something happens, we have been seeing during lockdown, a doctor or a nurse or a police who has been serving in the hospitals for a lot of days and helping the people. When they come back to their respective homes or colonies, many places people are not allowing them, as if they get something. But tomorrow, if the same person gets a problem, again they need the same doctor who needs to treat. Similarly, why do you worry about your social image? This social image is not going to protect you. If you raise a voice and say, boss, this is my problem, help me, you need to even fight for yourself against that. You cannot just sit silently and say, okay, everything is clear. The only person, the only one who can support you throughout the clock, round the clock, throughout your life is your family. Trust your family. Be with your family. If you're a student, if something happens to you, immediately report it to your parents. If something happens to you, immediately report it to your teacher in the school. Do not hide. If anything happens to you in the office, just immediately raise a concern in the office portal as well as complain it in the police station. There is no such mistake that a girl should not go to a police station. It is not a social respect, it is a self respect. You are protecting yourself. If you think that if I go to a police station or if I raise a concern, people will look at me in different ways, they might comment on me. North, east, west, south, we are not bothered about a lot of things. Why are we bothered about this? In many directions, we are not bothered what people think when we are using social media, when we are uploading photographs, when we are uploading a lot of illegal content on websites from our end, improper content. Then why are we bothered to complain from our side? That's when the self-respect comes into the picture. I seriously say, or rather I feel very sad to say this, unless or until we step out of the house to speak out our crime, it is not going to get resolved. So in the fear of influential accused, let the accused be anyone. He might be influential, he might be something bigger. But if you don't raise a concern, do you think he is going to stop? Do you think that all those issues will have a full stop over there? Never. He will be more and more and more and more and more. Now, the next one. I have some small data with me I would like to share with all of you. I'll do it at the end here, post which Madam will be discussing. So when I look at the future of women in cybersecurity, the common mistakes that are happening usually here are, number one, we are extremely poor at marketing cybersecurity, especially in schools, colleges, and universities. Cybersecurity is not a subject. Cybersecurity is not a textbook. Cybersecurity is a responsibility. It's an act that should be taken by everyone, that should be implemented by everyone. If you are teaching 6 subjects in the schools, ensure your board of studies chairman or your company will take out at least 1 hour time or one subject and include cybersecurity as a real-time activity where students will get to know. Ensure that this is implemented in all the colleges, universities, and offices. Even if they are not officially trying to implement all this, even if they are not officially trying to do, as a teacher, as a student, you have some self-learning and ensure that you are learning this. That is very important. I'm again repeating, it is not a classroom subject. It is not something you need to learn for 1 year and then leave it for marks. It is something you need to remember for lifetime, whether you're in a school or college, university, or working. Every second you need to understand, are you secured or not? What are the things I should take care of? What are the measures I should look at? The first and foremost thing we should remember, stop trusting the false propagandas. Kindly don't believe in all the false information that comes to you in terms of what do you call this? Uh, when you say false propaganda, there are a lot of things that are spoken out by many people in way that people will get panic. You understand before you say something, you listen something, you implement something. Number two, women need to see other women succeeding in order to believe that they can succeed to do. It's a responsibility of every single woman. You support the other woman. If you are successful, ensure you are supporting other lady to get succeeded. Today, why I have brought out Madhavi Madam, why we discussed, why we wanted to do this session. Today, if she can help 100 people or 50 people in this session, that 50 will in turn help another 50. We are trying to build a chain of safety and security. Our motto is to build a chain of safety security. And women lack confidence, and we are doing nothing to improve this. Yes, that's absolutely. If a girl comes and says, I cannot go this, I cannot walk alone in this particular area, and we are not doing anything on it, we say, okay, don't go. Why she is not able to? To all the colleges, universities, okay, if you really want to ensure that your girl students and the women are secured, okay, as a part of board of studies discussions, what I suggest is reduce one subject which is really not that important in that curriculum. Add self-defense and cybersecurity as one important aspect where you train the people in your school and college. If the schools have got activity schedule, like end of the day they can play tennis, cricket, anything, ensure that they are participating. At least girls take part once in a week in at least one self-defense course. This should be mandatory. This should be done as a mandatory. You cannot neglect on this. Why is it not done is a question till now. Because there is no one who can take this to the reach of a government. Now today, if you're all responsible, we have people who are students, who are scholars, who are head of the departments. I'm sure there must be a couple of people who must be in board of studies. Try to raise your voice asking, like, instead of one paper, put it as this. We'll have self-defense and cybersecurity as a practical thing where we learn something out of it. I think this should be very much taken into this. Now, this is another aspect I wanted to quickly share with this. I will be coming to an end. Okay. So from Pranita Garu, I have an information that according to 2018 reports, it says less than 50% cybercrime cases have been solved. So by today, the cases must have been increased by more. How can the cybersecurity department resolve issues if they're not increasing at a rapid rate of 40 times a day? Very simple, madam. The first one is even police department needs experts in terms of cybersecurity. Where do the expert come? If the students are trained and taught about cybersecurity in the school and college level, they will have an idea about what are these courses, what are the careers. Last week we have done a course on this. I mean, we have done a session on what are the various cybersecurity courses, what are the various salaries they are paid, and what are the things they can earn. But today, unfortunate thing is, students are not ready to spend. Not only students, many of us are not ready to spend the money and learn a lot of things. I should say most of the unfortunate things are because of many governments who started giving for free. Today, if you have to be a cybersecurity expert in a proper certified manner, you need to spend at least 25 to 40,000. And we have done it. We have paid for it. When we don't get paid, I mean, when we don't pay for something, the results what we get are not that true. So we'll definitely work on it. Now here, this is the information I actually pulled out from one of the journal with a reference also I have mentioned here on the screen. So see, there is a thing. Pranita ji has raised a question. We have asked about this cybersecurity course in our college. The reply we got there is there are a lot of people to teach. How far is this true? Yes, you come to Hyderabad, you sit in Amirpet, you'll get a cyber course for 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees. But it's not a cyber course. It is a course where you just listen to the headings. If you want to really do the course, there are a lot of courses online from authorized people where you will be informed, where you will be made a certified trainer. You'll be a certified trainer through that particular portal. I can definitely mail you all those links. I can share with all of you. So here, when I come back to this, this is a reference I've taken from one of the journal, Indian Women at Risk in Cyberspace. So this is something I have, just give me one moment. Huh. So a conceptual model of reasons of victimization of Tanya Shah Sejuan publication. See, the reason why I took this particular journal is, if you look at this, psychological reasons is one of the reasons why people are not able to, I mean, why these cyber cases are increasing. Number one, loneliness at home. Number two, it can be because of the insecurity. Number three, because of the family support. That is when we start looking at cyber issues. We focus more on devices because we are not having support from anyone at home. Either family is not supporting, they must be busy at work, or we have some insecurity, we cannot speak to everyone. So we wanted to be that alone, or loneliness for some or other reason. And number two, knowledge of computers, partial computer literacy, difference in gender perspectives related to internet usage. Are we really understanding what sites we are browsing being a woman or a girl? Are we really understanding what information are we downloading being a woman or a girl? When we really look at this, yesterday night, the case what I have got through Instagram, I mean the TikTok, when I have read it, I have immediately sent it to Madhavi Madam. She will be sharing with all of you. The girls, I should say these days, a lot of crimes are wantedly done by them with or without knowledge. Most of them are with knowledge, and they're pulling themselves into a big pit where they cannot be brought out. How is human trafficking increasing? What are the sources of human trafficking? How is it possible? We ourselves are giving a data that I'm available here, you take me. We are providing the data, we are showing ourselves where we are located. How will someone get to know how beautifully a girl looks like? It is very much possible because we take a photograph in top angle, bottom angle, left angle, side angle. We post all the things with wonderful 101 effects in 560 degrees or 380 degrees or 360 degrees. We post everything. We dump it onto social media. Early morning, 3 o'clock, we get a ping. We get up from the sleep and say, hey, I got one like for this photo. It's not one like. It is something where you're getting trapped. It's a smart trap. It's a smart trap. Be careful. Sociological perspectives, nurturing practices. This slides I'll any which way share with everyone again. Kindly go through this flow chart. You will understand what are the problems here, what everyone are facing. See this gap between law and technological advancement, lack of awareness about cyber laws, anonymity of miscreants. The reason why we are doing this session today is that we are trying to help the people to understand what are the various laws that are available for the women protection, which Madhavi Madam will be discussing. Now, again, there are a lot of sessions going on for POSH. Many of you must have heard. POSH is something which really helps a woman to understand how secured a lady should be. But we are not, how many are attending those sessions? I myself conducted only 2 sessions on POSH. I had very less participants. When I spoke with the known people, they say, sir, this is actually not my cup of coffee or tea. To kiska hai wo? I don't understand. Tomorrow when the problems comes, all the line will form in front of the police station. Mere ko ye problem hai, I'm a victim of this. Before you become a victim, we are asking you to wear a protection to ensure that you are secured in using all these cyber issues. I mean, from these cyber issues. When you look at this, then last one, cybercrime, what this happens, internet addiction. Internet addiction is the biggest thing. I saw my first mobile phone in 2005. That was the first time I saw a mobile phone. Today, if a baby is born, to get the baby out of the operation theater, the doctor needs to put a mobile phone in front of the baby. That's when the baby will open the eyes, smile, and then come out of the operation theater. And it will not come out so easily. Again, the baby wants YouTube. She wants to see some videos. When I spoke to a lot of parents, why are you doing this? They say, because of our busy schedule, we are not able to engage our children. So we make them to sit on YouTube. It's not just stopping with YouTube. It is going somewhere. One day you will find your children on YouTube in doing something. Then that's when you will say, I did a mistake. Is that right? No. Making them to get addicted to internet is not correct. I know you cannot stop it. I never had an iPhone till now. Even till today, even after working for 16 years, I really don't have an iPhone. And I'm not that worth of even buying an iPhone. But I know what phone I need. A person who is working for so many years, if he or she, today, if Madhavi Madam has an iPhone, there's a meaning for it. If someone who worked for 10, 15 years, they have an iPhone, there's a meaning for it. But a fellow who is studying in 5th or 6th standard, if they are carrying an iPhone to a school, if they are carrying an iPhone to a college, That means, is it a social status or a symbol of status? And that too, making other students to get discouraged. They show like, you know what, my papa got me iPhone 11. Your papa should be punished like anything now. Your papa should be somewhere. Your mama should be somewhere. Why are we giving an advanced phone to a kid who is really not in need of that? If they want to learn something, give your phone. If they want to play a game, give your phone for some time. That's it. And please, easy availability of internet, anonymity, all these options, seeking attention, sexual interaction, we don't know. Honestly telling you, 80% of the children check in your families, you don't know with whom they are chatting. You don't know with whom they are talking. You don't know what time they are going out many times. You don't know what is happening behind. Everything can be found the day you collect the phone and get it to a cyber expert. He will take out the entire, syrup inside the phone, and he will show you in a bottle, showing like this is the drama big going behind the phone. That is very much possible. That can be done. Even if they delete all the data, yes, still that can be pulled out. If your kid deletes some chat messages, get it to an expert. It's a matter of half an hour to 1 hour. They use a tool, all the data is out. You'll get to know what your kid has done till now, with whom they have chat, with whom they have spoken what. Cyber relationship addiction, Facebook friends. Facebook friends, you don't know what is happening. There are many cases where people are trapped for money through Facebook. And this fellow shares a photo, the lady shares a photo, or the gent shares a photo in an improper manner. And when this happens, the blackmailing starts from the other end. Khel kadam dukan band. Social acceptability. Why all these factors? Why are we not able to control? I think government of India should get a rule, a GO should be passed in terms of especially students. A person who is still studying or still graduating or in schooling, till they complete their graduation or till they complete this particular age, they should not be allowed to use a smartphone. In case if they are found with a smartphone, they should be, or their parents should be punished. If this act has been brought out, a lot of cases will go down. And the biggest crime, where will it happen in terms of through your children or through your kids? I'll tell you. If your mobile has a phone pay and Google Pay facility, okay, if your mobile has this facility, and then if your kid is playing on that particular game, unfortunately a link comes in, and kid will press that particular link thinking that it's a new game. Now all your phone banking accounts and Google accounts have been monitored by that fellow, and your transaction starts happening. If you are giving your kid a phone for gaming, don't have your mobile transaction apps or any personal apps in it. Ensure that you are taking it out. On an overall model, a girl or a woman, my ending points are like this. Number one, stop getting into gaming or Facebook or social media or anything as such in terms of personal postings. If you want to learn, use LinkedIn. If you want to scold someone, people are already using Twitter, you use the same. No doubt. No, things have very much, things have changed a lot. LinkedIn is a highly professional one. People are very happy with this. Now, when I speak about Twitter, there's a political platform. You want to scold someone, people are using Twitter, undoubtedly. But WhatsApp, TikTok, why do we need? If you want to take a photograph, take it, post it onto your computer, show it to your parents, put it on your TV screen. Or if you want to share it with your friends, when you personally meet them, show it on your phone and then just leave it. Why do you want to push everything like into your dump yard? And that dump yard will eat you one day. And this big dump yard is not that easy to be cleared. Lots of girls are getting trapped. Lots of girls are into hacking. At the same time, lots of girls are involved in hacking. They are making people to get trapped. There are a lot of cases in this. So my dear friends, be aware. Don't get onto the social media so easily. Don't upload your personal photographs. Don't upload your very personal content. Don't upload your family photos or any such information that might give someone some sort of clearance. And most important thing, when you're in public places, especially girls, when you're in public places, in bus stop or in a bus or in an auto or in a cab, do not speak any family or personal issues with anyone. I see a lot of people in the buses or cabs talking about their personal life. They'll talk to their mom. Mama, Papa kahan gaya? Wo kab aayega ghar? Are you're giving information to someone that you and your mama are alone at home and there is nobody at home. And when you're doing this by sitting in a cab, that cab fellow has already got your data. He might not identify your mobile number, but he will identify your home. That's where you're giving some information, and you're putting the information like sharing the location. Today I'm in Kulu Manali. Tomorrow I'm in this. Why do you want to tell the entire world that you're? It must be a happy thing, undoubtedly. But if you share this, your network is being hacked in a different way. There are a lot of cyber cases earlier. Now it is better. The cyber cases in terms of girls, are that too in terms of cabs. The GPS used to be hacked. Even today, the GPS hacking is happening. If you are traveling by a cab, if you are using your GPS, ensure that GPS locations starting and destination are already informed to a nearby PS and your family members. Even if something happens to your mobile, that will be easy for them to record or track where you are stuck exactly. So there are a lot of problems that are still to be discussed in terms of legal aspects and the threats that come around. So, Madhavi ma'am, do you have your PPT on the screen, or shall I give you a host control?
Yeah, give the host control.
Just give me 1 minute. I shall do that. Now try to see if you can access anything. You have an option. Did you get any option to access?
No, I didn't get anything.
Okay, just give me 1 minute. So I'm making you as a host now. You see, I did it. You are the host now.
Okay.
Now I think you should be able to share the screen and everything. I'll end this. You see if you can share the screen.
Otherwise, you just add the PPT. I'll just continue with that.
Just give me 1 minute then. I think I should put myself as a host again. You can just, do you see my image on the screen here?
Yeah.
You can just click on the three dots and make me as the host again. Do you see an option?
No, it's only the record option is coming.
Okay, I think you have disabled the participant screen sharing option. Are you on the Zoom now?
Yeah.
Just try to click on the three dots. Do you see any option there?
The options are record to the cloud and record on the computer.
Record on the computer.
Okay.
And then what else you see?
That's it. Only
Okay.
these two options.
Any share option there?
Yeah.
Click on that share.
Okay.
You can open your PPT from that. Like, is your PPT open already?
Yeah, it's open.
So now you click on share. Yes, we can see the screen sharing. Yes. Probably you can, is it okay, or you want to put it in full screen mode?
Put it in full screen mode.
Then close this, stop sharing. Click on stop share on the top. You saw the stop share?
Okay.
Now it is done, right? Now you come back to PowerPoint and put it in slideshow mode. I mean, on the PowerPoint, you have a slideshow option at the bottom right-hand corner. Or is it okay for you? Can you just go with this?
Yeah, you just do that for me.
No, no, I cannot do anything because it's in your control now. That's fine. I think people will be able to see this. You can continue this actually.
Not getting the full screen actually.
Not getting the full screen. You are out of the PPT now.
Yeah.
Okay. Just go back to the PPT, and at
Mm.
the bottom right hand corner, you see the symbols, right?
Yeah.
There you see this option like in a projector screen aspect.
I know, but PPT is not connected to the screen
No,
actually.
no, that's what you can do is if it is on full screen mode now,
Mm.
okay, now just leave that as it is. Now you press Alt Tab, keep pressing Alt Tab till you see your Zoom screen.
Mm. In this, it's like
Oh, it's on a
command,
Mac,
I
right?
believe. It's Alt Command, I believe. One second, one second. I'll just do.
So can you toggle between the screens, one screen to other screen?
Yeah,
Even
I just open the PPT in my other one.
right,
I just run through.
right. You can do that. You can share the screen in whatever the mode it is available.
Yeah.
You can carry on. You can share the screen now.
Okay.
Yeah, you can share the screen now. It's not done. Screen sharing.
Mhm.
Just go to Zoom and click on the share. Huh. Now it's working. Probably you can press at this bottom, this window. Or you just maximize this PowerPoint. That is more than enough. If you can
Fine.
maximize PowerPoint screen. Huh,
Okay.
this is good. This is good. This is good. You can
Right.
continue.
Fine. Yeah.
Okay, I'll mute myself and you can continue.
Sure. Okay. Thank you, Kartikeya. Good morning, friends. It's a wonderful session given by Karthik, and lots of inputs we got right now. And it's really scary, but I advise all the people not to have any inhibitions or don't have go judgmental. Just listen with the open mind, so that whatever doubts you have, you can clearly ask for. And if we take proper precautions, nothing can really bothers us. That is what I believe in, and that's what I always teach my people also. So don't be scared of things what we have just heard. Just be open and listen to what the other things of the other angle of the coin is. Slides, Karthik, I just would like to help me out. Okay, fine. Yeah, it's okay. So, do we seriously think that women and girls are a soft target? Of course, yes. I say yes, because most of the times the derogatory comments or the photographs of the women and children are posted on the Facebooks for the reason being to defame them through the obscene mails or stacking them by using chat rooms or websites, etc., and developing pornographic videos mostly created without their consent, spoofing emails, morphing of images for pornographic content, etc. So these are the things for which these women and girls are made target for. And these statistics have really scared me. And even this is something which very bitter truth we need to accept. 70% of the cybercrime victims are women only. And of that, 73.71% of victims fall under the age group of 18 to 30 years, such a tender age. And 30% of the sufferers do not know how to take legal steps. This is the most unfortunate thing that's happening. though the victims wants to complain or to get a solution for their problems, they doesn't know how to complain. And in India, Maharashtra tops the cybercrime against women and kids. There is one thing which is most prevalent in current scenario, it's revenge pornography. I really got surprised seeing this methodology of cybercrime. It's like spreading like anything in the social media because of the anonymity aspect that is available, because the person who is kind of having this crime motive in his mind is not at all revealed. So the anonymity is the boon for those people. So that is the most important reason for these people to get into this revenge pornography. Revenge pornography is nothing but it's a non-consensual sharing of intimate sexual images by former partners. And this is on rise in India right now. And to our great surprise, there are 3,000 revenge porn websites worldwide. Can we believe this? It's happening. It's there. And what are the basic reasons for all these cyber crimes? It could be the illegal gain. The most important thing could be the revenge part of it, because the revenge comes like this. Boy and girl are into a relationship. They move around very freely. They dated well, but at one particular point of time, they had some difference of opinion and they go apart. This breakup will not go as smooth as they thought of. At any point of time, in their any point of their life, this revenge aspect comes into the picture, and the partner will have this attitude, and it can happen at any point of the time. So I request all the girls and the teenagers to be very careful with their relationships, because they have to understand what is the limitations they have with their counterpart, because the partner, though you believe them 100%, we never know what is the attitude of that partner and how he or she turns to be. So this revenge part is the most dangerous one that happens for anybody for that matter. And extortion, and something like uh, extortion is getting money out of threat and something. So your personal details are taken. And I see hundreds of cases. I get so many clients for me for counseling. The girls who are not married for a longer period, and they get across a few people in the Facebook, they get friends, and they get into the relationship. They try to get married also, and the guy who stays in the another country, he comes back, or he says that he's coming back and he's in dire need of money, and they simply transfer monies to them. This is how most of the girls are losing their money without the notice of their family. And the other important thing is defamation. This is the most criminal way of doing defaming a woman or a girl for that matter. I'll just go in detail with all these things one by one. The other one is blackmailing, the sexual exploitation, to steal the information. This mostly happens for the companies and the organizations, because the rival companies are always available to take care of this aspect. And entice hate against community. This is happening in this lockdown period, because most of the people are into communal strands now. People are taking sites of different communities, and they are spreading different messages, and they are inducing children, especially the youth. It's irrespective whether a boy or a girl. They are inducing the youth to get into this aspect and entice hate against the community and the religions. And it's there. And another part of it is insult the modesty of the women. This is everywhere available. And being the sexual harassment at workplace prevention, prohibition, and redressal expert, I have lots of things to say about this, about the POSH Act, which Karthik was discussing earlier. So that will be in a separate session exclusively. But the modesty of women is seriously at threat at every point of time. And it's there here also. And serious psychiatric illness of the accuser is the another reason for this cybercrime. And the most stupid thing that is happening, which I hate the most, is the pranks. The prank satisfaction of gaining control. I don't know how a guy or a girl will have a control over somebody and can make these practical jokes. These practical jokes, they seriously go to any serious extent, and there are so many fights for these silly reasons. And everybody should understand one single thing. We have no right to defame somebody, or we have no right to get into the private things of anybody. If we understand this restriction and we have this self-discipline, we don't invite any problems at all. And next, why this crime rate is increasing? Just now we saw in one of the chats, somebody is saying that the crime rate is increasing alarmingly and nothing is being done. There are no faculty to teach us at the university or college levels, and nobody to take care of this. I'll tell you one thing, it's not the non-availability of the faculty or somebody who is expert in that teaching this, or non-availability of the awareness programs available for the people. But it's the most important thing is the girls or women, they believe their virtual friends very easily. This is the most dangerous thing that is happening. Girls or women being very sensitive, they instantly believe people, and they instantly believe strangers, and to my surprise, they share what not. They share all their private things without any hesitation. I don't know how a stranger becomes so close to a girl or a woman within no time, and they get to know every detail of that girl or a woman in no time. And the other thing is, the victims, whenever they had an issue, they never disclose it instantly. As Karthik was saying, they try to hide it, they conceal it, and they hide it for a longer period. And when once it goes beyond their control, then they bring it to the notice of the parents, or then they try to get it to the notice of the police. Do you know what happens in the meantime? The most of the important documentary evidences, or the charts, or the evidences which are available will be taken off. So you will be missing all those important things and you will be nowhere. So that is the most dangerous thing happening, for you being silent for a longer period. And women who are the victims of these things, they hesitate even to warn the abuser about their taking stronger action. They don't even try to threaten them. You just don't go to the police station, or just don't give any complaint, or just don't take any action on them. But still, you should have that gut feeling to tell them that I'm going to take a stronger action, unless and until you stop doing this nonsense to me. Even that cannot be done. Is it very difficult thing to do? I don't think so. And this tracing fake accounts is difficult, and everybody knows it, and the accusers knows it very well. So this is the boon for him, and they uses all these fake accounts, and they post the emails and social media messages, and that becomes very difficult for the cyber security team to locate them or to trace them out. That is why the crime rate is increasing alarmingly. And now people should understand, or should think, how much contribution we are going to the society in controlling this crime, or in reporting this crime. Karthik was giving the same point, he's stressing on this same point, because unless and until you people open up and you people be the leader in raising the complaints, nothing can be done. Even in POSH, whenever there is a workplace harassment happens in a workplace, if you fail to complain, nobody is there for you to rescue. And there is no complaint can be taken without a written complaint. So nobody can do anything. The same thing happens unless and until you complain, nothing can be done in this thing, and we don't have a right saying that there are so many cases and the increased rate of crime. We have no right because we are not responding to that. We are not reacting to that. That is the reason the crime rate is increasing day by day. So let me get into the most prevailing cybercrimes against women, because there are hundreds of cybercrimes and very new cybercrimes are coming up every day. They were like mushrooms, and they are naming in a very different and very creative and catchy titles were given to them, and I just don't want to discuss all those things because today we are concerned only about the women and girl children. So I give the most prevailing cyber crimes which commonly happens with these people. They are cyber stacking, trolling, phishing, defamation, and morphing. Let us go one by one so that you people can understand very clearly what these things are about. So a cyber stalker, he follows the victim's online activity to gather information, make threats in different forms of verbal intimidation. You know what is stalking is all about. People watch you. People watch you all the time. They watch every second of you. They'll be following your details. They'll be collecting your information. They'll be noticing your activities every minute. So the anonymity of online interactions reduces the chance of identification and makes cyber stacking more common than physical stacking, because the anonymity is the most important factor here. Because when somebody stalks you physically, you know it, or somebody who is behind you or who is following you the other way, they understand that somebody is stalking you. But here, the cyber stalking, nobody watches it, nobody knows it. Somebody is sitting remote in his room and he'll be watching you very remotely, and he knows what you are doing. And you know something, you people are seriously think that there won't be any punishments for all these things. That could be the reason the crime rate is increasing. But no, the IT Act, which has come into the force in 2000, has given so many provisions for so many things. But the Act is to be refined and it has to be amended in many ways. The punishment which is available for this cyber stacking is up to 3 years for the first offense, and if it is a consecutive offense, it could raise to 5 years along with the fine. But these punishments are not stopping these cyber stackers, very frankly. They are still on it, and they are continuing doing it because the main reason is the anonymity of their credentials, their details. And trolling, this is the worst thing that is happening everywhere, and most of the women celebrities are prey to this. It is like spreading a conflict on the internet, and for every damn thing people are doing this trolling. It's such a nasty thing that is happening to the private dignity of every individual, and for women and girls in specific. The criminal starts quarreling or upsetting a victim by posting inflammatory or off-topic messages in an online community. Because it happens in a big community such as a news group or a forum or a chat room or in a blog, it becomes public. It spreads to public within no time, and the many number of people comes to know about this within no time. It's an instantaneous action. So you tend to answer to this. It's a provocation that is given to the individual by giving the most nasty, conflicting statements or the inflammatory postings, which is totally off the topic, and they provoke victims to give an emotional and upsetting remark or a response. So that ends. Then you start getting hundreds, thousands, and lakhs of comments, and you go mad seeing them. So this is the another nasty thing that is happening. And phishing, this is like It's a decent way of taking out your details. I can say gentleman methodology. It's an act of sending an email to a user falsely claiming to be an established legitimate enterprise. Nobody understands whether the email is genuine or no. We don't know whether it has come from the proper source or no. We just believe that it looks like it's coming from the real and true original base. To scam the user into surrendering their private information that will be used for identity theft. The email directs the user to visit a website where they are asked to update personal information such as passwords and credit cards, social security, and bank account numbers that the ultimate legitimate organization already has. And we believe that it is the legitimate enterprise. We produce all the details and we are gone. And defamation, of course, whether it is a physical or a virtual defamation or it's a regular defamation, what we see in our day-to-day life, it's really so horrible for a woman or a girl to take. It's like publishing defamatory information about the person on a website or circulating it among the victim's friends circle or circulating in the organization website. A single false rumor spread through the internet caused unanticipated and unprecedented change in the worth of the women victim in the eyes of the general public, as modesty, reputation, and social standing of the women are very delicate in Indian society. I'll give one small example. I recently came across one case where a girl in an organization who is the topper, and she's the team leader of an IT company. She was performing extremely well, and with false intention to defame her and to bring her back in her productivity, a guy has posted a false rumor stating that this team leader has an affair with the GM. There's such a nasty thing that has happened, and the girl has lost her reputation. It was a threat on her modesty, and she could not perform. She was degraded, and she could not perform, and she went on a long leave. I just let you know. I'll just tell you one thing. When such things happens, there are very few girls who stand strong and retaliate. Many of the people, they just go silent and they commit suicides or they go into depression and they don't want to come back to the same organization and stand strong. That is the most pathetic thing that is happening in current situation, because we are not the leaders. We are not leading it. We are not taking a step to complain, or we are not taking any action to react to this and share the details with the organization heads or with the HR and fight for this. We are taking this defamation in silence and we are ruining our own lives. And morphing, this is one thing. We know that recently the celebrity, small screen celebrity Ansuya also went to cybercrimes organization department in filing a case for morphing her photographs and all. The fake phones will be made very easily with the photographs. Karthik was seriously cautioning you all not to post your photographs, because your photographs beautifully clad in a beautiful dress, and nowadays the fashion is in vogue, and every next minute the girls are changing their fashion attires. I, being a fashion designer too, I know many children, many girls coming to me, the teenagers comes to me. They say that tomorrow I have a party evening, I need a new dress. I have an event tomorrow, I need a new dress. They come with lots of themes, lots of color combinations, and lots of designs downloaded once, and they get the newest and the most sexiest and the most beautiful things done. And they wear those things and they post those things on websites or on their WhatsApps and their Instagrams. Do you know you people are making yourself prone to all this nonsense? You are making your own photographs available to public. Everybody has a choice of watching you in your beautifully clad dress. I just believe that your clothing should give a beautiful outlook to you, and you should look decent and elegant, and that should be appreciated by your own people, not by the public at large. If they appreciate, we never know whose eyes are what they are watching and how they are watching. So just be very careful in posting your photographs. And this morphing activity is very simple thing, and people take your original photograph, they make a porn photograph, and they upload into the social media, and that's the end of the story. You go nowhere. I seriously want all the women and girls over here to be very careful when you go with all these things. These are the most important and the common things which are happening, and I'm dealing with this. And I would like to give few case studies so that you can link it with your experiences, and you can review what's happened to you in the past or in present, so that you react or you act smart in the future. There is one case regarding the cyber blackmail. There is a girl who has complained this case in Ernakulam Central Police Station. She has come to Ernakulam to do a 6-month TOEFL course, where she met the accused, and he was like a married guy, but he has not revealed his credentials or his facts, and she was in love with him, and they had a relationship, and unknowingly she was into this relationship, and this guy promised her to get married to her, and with that promise she proceeded. And upon knowing that he is married and already having children, she decided to end the relationship. But the complainant went to start up her career, and as a budding actress, she was into a good career. And this has not given any tolerance to this guy, and he started threatening this girl that he will reveal all their photographs where they were intimate, and he wantedly captured those intimate moments. See, girls, I'll tell you one thing. When something is going beyond your control, and you are in a relationship, and your boyfriend and you are in an intimate position or in an intimate posture, please don't allow your counterpart to click any photographs. That is the first important thing you need to be careful about. Please don't allow, or you yourself don't take any photographs. These are the evidences. These are the things which go against you at any point of time. We never know what is the relationship you people share, whether this relationship ends in a healthy wedding or no. We don't know, and we are not sure about it. What destined in your life, we are not sure about it. But if something goes wrong, all these photographs or the intimate moments will go worst, and you cannot enjoy them as you used to enjoy them. So please kindly don't allow your partner to take any photographs of those intimate moments, and you yourself also don't capture those moments. Earlier days, when there was no photography, no cameras available, and when cameras are very expensive and not available to many of the people, they used to capture in their minds. The capturing of the memories are in the mind. And I seriously remember when I was in my degree, I was in a botanical tour, and we were going to Bombay, and I'm the only person who was carrying a small Sony camera, a very tiny camera with the roll in it. That roll has only 36 photographs. If the roll is inserted very carefully, we can have a chance of getting 2 more photographs. So totally it's 40 max. So I have decided on the day I boarded the bus that we are going for a 1-week tour, and my photographs are 38 maximum, 2 can be a bonus. So I have decided what are the photographs I need to capture, and what are the important occasions and the important places which I need to be captured and to be cherished for the lifetime. So that is how I took the photographs, and those photographs are a serious good memory for me. And in my recent days, my degree classmates, we met very recently for a very big gathering, and we shared all these things. Those tiny and very precious memories are very good for all our memory. But now this digitalization came into this photography industry. It has come as an evolution, and it is left and right, as Karthik was saying, 350, 700 and 1000 degrees. You are taking the photographs left, right, up, down, and you are posting them like a hell. Please don't do this. Capture any moments of your intimacy. Please don't do this. Fine. Coming back to the case, when this guy started threatening this girl about publicizing all these details in the social media, she has seriously filed a complaint because she is a budding actress and she wants her career to be at best. So when she has complained, the police has called this guy, and this guy was counseled properly, and he promised that he'll not do it again. But will these accusers will stay so quiet and they stick to the counselings? No, they never, because they have the criminal bent of mind. Because this guy has voluntarily come, and he has seriously made an attempt to trap this girl because he is married, and it is his intention to trap this girl. So he don't keep quiet, no? So the same way he has posted on that form, and he made a worst of her day, and it's like most of their private things came on to the social media, and it has made her life very miserable. So she complained another case, and a FIR is filed, and this case is registered under different sections of the acts. And this is a case of cyber blackmail. This is how the blackmail happens. And మనం తెలుగులో చెప్తాం, చేతులు కాలేక ఆకులు పట్టుకుంటే ఏం లాభం అని. The same thing happens here. If you repent after the thing happens, nothing, we cannot repair it. You need to be very careful before getting into an affair or during the affair, and before getting into a beautiful and worthful ending for your relationship. The second case is about the trolling. There is a famous female actress industry. During one of her international film festival of Kerala, she opened upon. Just give me a minute. My net is slow, it seems. Karthik? Am I audible? I don't know. I need to see the... Okay, fine. So, sorry, I'm such a... So one more case I'm talking about. This is a female actress from Malayalam industry. During the International Film Festival of Kerala, she opened up and expressed her views on a movie in the industry, where discriminatory, derogatory dialogues were spoken by the hero, and the hero was like he is rendering sexist and misogynistic dialogues. And when she has made this statement, the entire fan community of that hero started severely trolling her and bullied her online by fans of the actor, and who played the role of the character which is mentioned in this movie what she referred to. and she has approached the police, and she has filed a case. And the wonderful part of this case study is she stood very strong. She's none other than Miss Parvati Thiruvat Kotuvata. And this lady, what she said is really amazing. I followed what I was educated. It is only now I realize that the stigma around any kind of assault, our society is conditioning to resort to victim blaming as well as many loopholes to the investigation process, stops many from filing cases against their assaulters and follow it through. Absolutely no one discouraged me, and they have given lots of support, and many people has appreciated my guts, and I was really on a positive side in complaining about this. And what she again mentioned is this is the lack of support from family and friends that is stopping the victim in complaining. And she spoke out that it generally gets tied to the prestige of the family. When it gets tied to the prestige of the family, that is the most important and the thing which drags the girl back in complaining. And this is prevalent in India, and we cannot say no to this. We need to live with it. So that is the reason most of the times these people cannot do this. And many are discouraged by the constant intimidation, especially when they are made to feel smaller and weaker as a gender. And this is in the broader. I request all the women participants who are there in this session to bring out your children equally, whether it is a boy or a girl. It's my constant appeal in every platform. I generally do this appeal to everybody. Brought up your children, both boy and a girl, in the same way. Don't say a girl as a weaker and a smaller gender, and don't bring her up in a weak set of mind. And this thought process, though it is deeply rooted, this young generation can come out of this stigma and really make this happen, and the girls can be made strong to withstand all these things. And another case, it's the social media, which is a double-edged tool. I'll seriously tell you, it's a double-edged tool. Many a times, women or girl, when they resort to the social media in sharing their details or in sharing their happy moments or grief or any anger or anything they have in their life and their limitations and their miseries, they feel that their identity is not shared and they are under a veil. But the same thing happens to the assaulter also. He is also in anonymity. We are not understanding that. It's women in India have seen both edges of this tool, as only very few have come forward to prosecute the culprit through legal formalities. So this is useful for you as well as, and more useful to the abuser, I can say. Majority chooses to remain silent because they don't know what are their rights. And out of fear of damage to reputation and prestige, as Karthik has rightly said, don't think about your reputation or prestige. If you start opening up, you become the leader and people walk behind you. Everybody waits for that one single step somebody to take. They never feel that they can take that step. They simply wait. When this Me Too moment has come, I seriously observed that moment. One single lady has started it and lakhs of people have joined their voices. Do you think that there were no sufferers before that moment, before that women's first step? No, they are there. There are hundreds and thousands of cases, but nobody dared to voice it out. When this moment has come and when somebody has started it, everybody gained their strengths and they come forward and they raise their voice. This is how it happens. Be the first one to start with and be the leader in reporting such crimes. seriously, these photographs are something which were captured during Dharmaraksha match by the accused. And this lady was in the match, and it was a social gathering, and it was like a common thing. Many of the participants were there, and she never knew that her captured photographs will be edited and they'll be published sarcastically. So she never understood, and when it has come to the social media, she was surprised, and she really felt very bad. They edited the pictures, they mocked them, and they have given sarcastic notes to the pictures, and it has led to lots of humiliation to this victim. It has to be duly noted that an act that was considered as trivial by the one who committed it and the people who promoted it were charged with Section 501 IPC. Generally, people feel that what's wrong in it? If we give a sarcastic statement, or if we edit a photograph, or we do a morphing, what's big in it? It's not such a big crime. It's such a trivial thing. Somebody has posted it and I'm just forwarding it, nothing else. I'm not doing a big crime. I just forwarded it because I received it from someone. But both the persons who has transmitted it and the guy who has forwarded it, both are at risk, and they will be charged with sections 501 IPC. So be very careful when you forward the things and when you do these things, okay? And this is the case which Karthik was referring. Midnight, he has sent this link to me, and I really got shocked to see this. It's such a nasty thing that happened in Instagram. And in Delhi, it happened. There is a 16 to 18 years age group boys. They formed an Insta group with the name Boys Locker Room. I don't know what this nonsense is, why these boys needs a locker room, and they have made a boys locker room. And in this, the entertainment they get is by seeing the mock photographs, by making the mock photographs, by transmitting them, and by circulating them. This is the entertainment given to this group actually. And you know what they have done? The heinous topic they have taken for discussion very recently, a day before, is how to gang rape a girl. Can we imagine this? I just gone mad on this. I had goosebumps, and I really felt so bad that why children are going so fanatics, and why these people are lunatics nowadays. Are they mad or what? Can they have some discussion of this sort? Seriously, I really got pissed up, and it's like, I hated the moment I saw this. And do you know how it has come into the picture? A teenage girl who is a friend of the boys who are in the group. Two boys were her classmates from her own school. They were part of that group. They shared the photographs, the screenshots, and this girl published it. She made it public, and she has posted those photographs. And immediately, within no time, she has deleted those photographs and stated, I feel ashamed of seeing the private parts of the women, and I could not tolerate it. I could not withstand watching it for a longer period, and I deleted the pics. See, this is the heights. This is the heights of madness that is going on, and children are doing in this period of lockdown. Children are not having any other avocations, and seriously, I'm seeing most of the parents, they are not trying to engage them in the proper way. Parents, everybody, the most dangerous thing that is happening and the nasty thing that is happening is everybody has their own phone. Earlier, we used to have one single landline, and whenever there is a call, we all come together and we sit at one particular point and we talk and we listen to what others are talking. Now we are giving phones to every individual. Everybody is having their own phone and they are into their own world. This lockdown has nothing to do with these people. People say that it has brought up lots of human relationships. Children are mingling with parents, and parents are finding lots of time in spending time with their children. all this nonsense. Parents are not understanding the need for their presence with their children, and they are not shooting their children in the proper ways, and they are not watching their children. Everybody busy with their own circles. The women are busy with their challenges, and the girls are busy with their own challenges. You want to know what is challenges are about? I'll tell you. Before I get into this cyber crimes, this is like the more of the theory part, the cyber law. This has come into force in 2000, and it is popularly known as IT Act. There are so many things that comes into this purview. There is one wonderful program that India has taken up. It's Cyber Surakshit Bharat program. Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology and the Cyber Surakshit Bharat initiative has taken up in association with the National E-Governance Division and industry partners. And its purpose is to spread awareness, build capacity, as well as enable departments on steps that need to be taken to create a cyber relief for IT setups. Okay, and one more institute that takes care of this is Cyber Crime Prevention Against Women and Children, CCPWC. The Ministry of Home Affairs is implementing a scheme. This program is funded from Nirbhaya Fund, and one cyber forensic training laboratory will be set up in every state and union territory. This is how the program is running currently. The cyber crimes, different cyber crimes under the IT Act, these are the sections. If I tell about these sections also, it will not fetch you much because it's a deeper subject. So I'm not going into these details, but for your understanding, for every detail, sending threatening messages by email, Section 503 IPC, sending defamatory messages by email, Section 499 IPC, forgery of electronic records, Section 463 IPC. Like this, for each and every crime, there are different sections under which the crime can be taken care. For the online sale of drugs and narcotics, also for online sale of arms and all, everything, the law is intact. The only thing is the people who are prone to this or who were victims for this need to complain. That's it. I'll tell you how to file a complaint. In case of an email abuse or vulgar email, etc., the following information should be provided. Extract the extended headers of offending email and a soft copy as well as hard copy of that offending email. You need to extract this along with the headers. Okay, and please do not delete this email from your email inbox. Please save the copy of on your computer hard disk. Save it till the case is closed. This is very important, and you need to have these details, and with these details you can file a complaint. We have so many cybercrime investigation cells in India. We have almost like 7 cyber cells available, 9 cyber cells available, and of which we have 2 in Hyderabad itself: Cybercrime Police Station, Hyderabad City Police, Cybercrime Police Station, CID Hyderabad. So these 2 police stations will take care of the complaints, and be cautious, and you have somebody to take care of your issues. And even NGOs run CCIS in India. There are so many NGOs. I'll share this PPT with you all so that you can go through this in a leisure mode. And we have one more initiative by name CyberDost. The Ministry of Home Affairs runs a Twitter handle, which is known as CyberDost. It is created in March 2018. So it creates lots of cybersecurity awareness. So you can see this in Twitter, and you can access this whenever you need an awareness about the cybersecurity. And stay alert. This is the only thing I can say, because you need to be vigilant what's happening. You need to be very cautious what's happening and where you are getting an information, whom you are talking to, whether to understand the genuinity of the person you are talking to and all. I was talking to you about the challenges. No, this is an alert given for you to be away from all these challenges and to be alert. You're being alert of yourself. Recently, I have seen this challenge, traditional wear or sari challenge, and women are like mad. They have posted so many things. When we were the country is facing lots of problems. Not even a country; it's the entire world is facing a global problem of the pandemic of coronavirus, and we people are scared of what to do and what not to, whom to believe and whom not to, where to go and stay back at home, not finding any proper time pass for your time and no proper virtual or better uses of your time. These challenges are really making people mad of. This sari challenge, this is the article I have extracted from Times of India. This article has given the details of the deep nudes. You know something, deepnude.com is a website which was under fire till last year because they were creating fake nude photos of clothed people, and unfortunately this website is back again. And what these people do, you know, the fake photographs, they morph them, and the totally clad, a beautifully clad saried woman or a girl can be made into a deep nude photograph. So scary, isn't it? Please, please stay away from all this nonsense. Please stay away from these challenges. Whenever you're posting a photograph, you just understand you're getting into a trouble. You're going to face a big problem. Please don't get into this trouble, for God's sake. And there are hundreds of other challenges. I really went mad when I have seen all these challenges. A few of them I'll tell you. This is one couple challenge I have seen very recently. This is like a nonsense. You make a makeup of your partner or body paint. And if you do that in private, it's a good time pass for you. It's okay. But when you do it and post the photographs in social media, what's the message you're going to give? The intimate moments, why you are revealing it to public? The intimate moments of a couple, is it a public affair? Such an beautiful memories, why you people share to the public? The kissing challenge, dress up challenge, blindfold, touch my body. This is such a nasty thing. Somebody, the partner has to blindfold and has to tell the body part which the other partner is touching. Such a nonsense. And this is one crazy 100 layers challenge. This 100 layers challenge, I really went mad when I see this. It's like 100 layers of clothes put on the self, 100 layers of masks. It's a recent one because masks are on vogue. So 100 layers of all nonsense. If you cover your body or your face with 100 layers of something, you die instantly. Please don't get into this such nonsense and nasty challenges. And this is one yoga challenge. I really went seriously happy when I saw yoga challenge. Oh, that's wonderful. Somebody is thinking about something which is useful to public. But the kick of this is, it's an intimate posture with an intimate friend. You need to take an intimate yoga posture with your intimate friend and to post it. And I have seen few photographs which are not less than any act of sex. Nonsense. And one more thing, the brain freeze challenge. This is like they make the partner to sit in a ice water or on ice cubes, literally, and they'll be asked questions, and they repeatedly will be asked questions until and unless they answer the questions right, they'll not be allowed to come out. When you sit on a freezing cool water, what your brain gives suggestion to you, your suggestions will be to escape that cold, and your brain will not work. and people are giving these challenges, and people are trying this. Why we are entering into the troubles? Why we are doing all these things? Please, please, please don't enter into all these challenges and keep your life at risk. I beg you not to get into all these challenges. Don't get crazy of this. Somebody who is lunatic, who has no common sense, they start this and they pour it on people, and people innocently, ignorantly, they get into this nonsense, and they will face lots of problems. That's my sincere appeal to all of you. Don't get into all these challenges. Give a challenge. I have fed 3 people, and I am putting this challenge to you. This is your turn. Then they will give food to 3 people. That is something which is needed at this hour. Do something like that. Please don't do all this nonsense. And I just tell you, stay home, stay safe, and stay cyber safe too during this lockdown. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I hope this session you really find it interesting. If you have something to say or anything to chat and all, we are open. Karthik?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. That was a wonderful session. So participants, you might wonder what I was doing all this time when Madhavi Madam was talking about all this. I was actually taking care of the rest of the householding activities, being on a loudspeaker on laptop. I'm just done with my utensils cleaning and other house cleaning activities in this 20 minutes, half an hour time.
That's
so, but one thing I would like to say, in fact, a lot of times I spoke about these points, but I thought let us have someone who can really speak from a legal end. So that's when I brought Madhavi Madam into the picture. So now the challenge here is how many of us are really, how many of us have really taken these points, and how many of us are really going to implement these points is the biggest question. So kindly do not try to wipe out all the things and say that, yes, it's a small thing or anything. Take care of your daughters, take care of your family, take care of your belongings, and do not try to unnecessarily get into a trouble by inviting yourself into some activity. So whatever the cases Madhavi Madam has described and whatever I have shared till now, they're all the real-time practical scenarios that have been happening since many years. Rather, I should say, it's not like a 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, or 1 hour activity. It has been happening since many years. And today, if you look at the case studies or the statistics of all these cases, women are really getting affected. But as I initially said, are they getting affected? Are they pulling themselves into these effects? Is the question here. They themselves are pulling into this inside, or are they pulled in by someone? So please stop all these sari challenge, eating challenge, spitting challenge, or whatever the useless challenges some useless fellow will throw at us. Okay, do not consider everything. If you really want to throw a big challenge, one challenge is throw out all the phones for 1 day, spend with your family. That's the one challenge.
Correct.
I'm throwing this challenge.
Yeah.
Except for
open this challenge and let us ask all the participants to do this.
Are they really able to do this? Can we take this challenge? Except for learning, can we stop using the mobile phone? Now, how will we get to know about it, either me or Madhavi Madam?
Because we need to be in phone, because we require to give our services for the counselings and all, and we cannot switch off our mobiles. But for the children, the teenagers who can really do, I advise them to take this challenge.
Yes, see, the simple way, if you really have some business calls coming in, if you really have some counseling sessions coming in, if it's really a worth of call, yes, you're allowed to take. But rest of the time, are we ready to spend the time with our family or not? Now, how will we both get to know about this? Is a very simple way. We will not monitor you directly. We cannot monitor you directly. We cannot sit as a CC camera in your house. But one thing is your self-discipline.
Correct.
If you're self-disciplined and self-motivated, you can restrict the problems. You can make others to restrict not to get into those problems.
True.
Every 10 houses monitor where there are youngsters, teenagers, these millennials whom you call them. Okay, out of 10 houses, you monitor at least 4 or 5 houses. You will find the people who are already into the problems or who are already on the way towards these problems.
Correct.
So stop taking the challenges, stop looking at those sites which are really not your cup of coffee, tea, chai, biscuit, whatever it is. Okay. And moreover, if you are there for a purpose, use it. If not, put your complete things on offline. I don't say switch off your Wi-Fi and say it's not correct because you need to watch Amazon or anything. That's not possible. But switch off your, switch off your other apps which you are not using. Like don't use them, disable them or leave them. Just put them in silent mode. And moreover, keep your phone pay, Google Pay as much as possible in a logout mode. Whenever then there is needed, then only you log on. Why I'm telling all these things is a simple fundamental. If I'm not criticizing. If I send a winning link or a surprise link to a person, to a mail, like click this, you'll win this. 80% or 70% or even 50% might not click that, thinking that we don't know what it is. But the same surprise or some anxious link is sent to a lady, automatically tap, the ticks will start and they'll say nothing has come up. Nothing has come up, we know that, but you're already into some thumbs up. Someone has taken your challenge. Now you're in someone's trap. Amazon may you have a lot of offers, work only on Amazon. If you're getting something or some extra link, click this, you will get a gift. Rather, you go to a nearest mall, once the malls are open, they'll give you a lot of surprise gifts. But don't go for surprises over on web. Don't go for unwanted relationships over through web. I'm not saying like then I'll go offline. I'm not saying that. Okay. There is a family to take care of you. There are parents. They help you. They stay with you. They really help you what you want. Speak to parents. Open up. If you have a problem, speak with them. If you need a mobile phone, you fight for it. You fight with them. When you have a problem, why don't you talk to them? That's a big thing. When you need an iPhone, you stop eating food, you stop doing this, blah, blah, blah. But when you have a problem, you don't speak. You don't just lock the door and sit inside. Why? Parents are not going to scold. They are going to solve your issues. Just be with them. And those who are working, please be careful with your colleagues.
Yeah.
One big question today. I have taken a lot of pain to restrict male participants into this session. That's the biggest challenge I had. 243 participants registered. Even after raising the alarm, they said even 19 male participants are still registered. I had to filter and delete their contacts from the list. And after that, then I had to finalize this. All the certificates are also printed for all the female participants. That will be done in 1-2 hours. Now all these things are there. Now the big question for you here is, when the session is all about women's safety, where we are not allowing a man or a male to get into this and then speak, how could you all accept my invitation and then get in? Did you think about it or not? You could have asked when it is a session for women protection, how are you hosting? Let it be hosted by a woman. If at least one has raised this question, I would have been very happy. This is what happens. We blindly go with people. Be careful. Unless or until you know the person very, very, very carefully, don't go. Don't just give an opportunity for someone to get into this. So my humble request is be aware, keep a note of things. We'll share our email IDs. And please, again, I'm repeating, do not use your original Gmail or any personal IDs for Zoom logins or any other online logins. Create a dummy ID. Use that dummy ID. If something goes wrong, you can delete that dummy ID with all the data. Nobody is bothered. If you log in, if you use your main mail address, now, for example, if I give my personal mail address here, if someone tries to hack in, then I'm lost. But since my system and my IDs are all protected with high-end anti-malware and antivirus, I'm able to make it. But others will not be able to do that. If you're all doing a research work on cybersecurity, I have a lot of topics to rise on. One topic can take 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or even 10 years to discuss about. Simple, as Madam has said, stop challenges, stop clicking the phishing websites, stop running behind all freebies and gifts, stop, especially girls, youngsters, teenagers, stop that 360-degree, 780-degree photographs. It's needed. No DPs, no PPs. You will get into a, I can say a hospital which is fully with corona patients then, kind of. Okay, so keep yourself safe. Don't
I have one thing to add, Karthik, actually. Because there are so many women also here and the same teenage girls, the daughters also there. So these two groups, I just want to say this. Many of the colleges where I have contacts with, these colleges during the admission itself, They deny the entry of bringing the smartphones and creating groups and all. They deny it at the point of admissions itself. But instead of these girls opposing, parents oppose. Parents say that my girl need to be social and she needs all these things. She needs to book a cab, she needs friends, she needs to go, and she needs a smartphone. This is thing happening, and one of my friend faculty, she has just texted me this message, and she wanted to raise this issue because unless until we are disciplined, there is nobody who can watch us. There is no GoPro cameras on us, and nobody can scan us or can surveil us. It's ours, it's our own conscious that should be active all the time, and we should be vigilant for all these things. We are letting our children to get into the troubles. Mothers, please kindly take care of this aspect. Don't give any smartphones. Telephone is only for the information. The regular phone is enough, and don't give high-end gadgets to your children if it is not required, if it is not a professional personality. Please stay home and be very safe and secure and have a wonderful time during this lockdown.
Yeah, so that's really great. And before we end this, I would like to raise one point. My dear parents, if you want your children to be socially strong, think that yeah, already they are geographically strong, and now biologically, scientifically, they are becoming very strong. And one day you will find a lot of problems from that social network. Already, as Madam has quoted, I've seen in some schools, not even colleges, the parents came back to schools asking for a fight. I mean, for a fight, saying that you're not allowing my children to carry a mobile phone, and they say that they want to use Byju's or some other app. अरे दिमाग में इतना juice है, पहले use that juice. Why do you want to run behind Byju's? Use this juice properly, and then use this. Google Drive is very powerful than any other drive in the world. We are not depending. See, I tell you, the best teachers in the world are the parents, and the best teachers in the world are again teachers. If you want to clarify it out, go to a teacher, go to a parent. If you sit in front of the device in name of learning, 40% is for learning, 60% is for entertainment. So this is what most of the time happening. My dear parents, do not entertain your children to be more on social. I know it's not possible. The one and only way to do that is stop the mobile phone. What all they need is just a phone, right? Just give them a basic a phone which has a touch QWERTY keypad, which has one of the world's worst camera behind and no front camera. Get such a phone where they want to talk with their friends, and let it be a prepaid account of SIM. Now you can monitor every single activity of your kids. If you want to give an iPhone level for a 6th class kid, then Rashmi, you're gone. You just take care of your credit card bills, and you just take care of your police background or a lawyer background when and then there will be a need for all these cases to come in. Right? So kindly take care of all the things. Be aware, no challenges, no clicks, no runarounds. So if you are a girl, just be a girl. If you're a woman, just be a woman. Identify what you click and what you don't. Browse what you want, what you don't. If you suspect something, don't even open it. If you don't have an antivirus and anti-malware software on your computer, get it downloaded, not a free version. Pay for it. Please stop expecting everything to come for free. When you start expecting...
Yeah, don't worry, law is there, and don't ever think that there is no legal actions being taken. Cyber crimes is a big crime, and people are taking it very serious, and government is for that, and NGOs are for that. The only thing is you need to report. That's it. People are lacking in that, and because you are lacking in reporting, the cases are not being filed properly, and cases are not being taken up. The trials are not being conducted. Have trust in legal system, and be vigilant and report your incidents.
Exactly. So you are monitored. An invisible spy is always there. So you are under surveillance. You be careful. Even whatever I'm talking to you all today, whatever we are delivering, me and Madam, this is also under surveillance. How is it possible? And biggest thing I would like to tell, there's a big discussion going on about Zoom usage. This is the last point. Yeah. Many people think, today I have practically tried it, because of which many people could not join. Okay, now I'll tell you what is happening. You train your people to use Zoom before you start the session. Now I'm going to do an exclusive session on Zoom usage very soon. The reason is, initially people had a difficulty to sign in into Zoom because I have activated an option on Zoom which was a new update, like need to really sign in to join this conference. What is happening these days, without signing in, they were just using the password and link, and they were just directly getting into Zoom. And people don't know who are in, who are out. So who is coming in, who is monitoring? Now there are two options in this. If you look at Zoom, number one, ensure that there is a list. I mean, the mandatory sign-in option is required. I have ticked it. Since I have ticked it, people would not come in because they never wanted to sign in. They wanted to just casually enter the user ID and password and get into Zoom. So many of them would not sign in. Number two, people really want to, I mean, need to look at the security feature that is there after the session starts. You can lock the room at one point of time. You don't allow anyone to come in. That's another feature. There are a lot of security features in the Zoom. If you really want to do a project, a mini project, just open Zoom, do it, and you'll really understand a lot of things. We will do a session exclusively on Zoom usage. None of the discussions are hacked. None of the things are getting hacked. But let me make it very clear, those who can understand English, application security, browser security can be given by a lot of anti-malware and antivirus software. But even though all these softwares and applications are secure, the browsers are secured, we don't know who is recording the entire screen. That is what you call piracy. How are piracy happening? A person will sit in a theater with a body camera, he will start recording it, nobody will know. The entire movie is recorded and that is directly going live on some other website. So if your monitor needs to be safe, if your computer needs to be safe, do not click unwanted links. What are the major things you need? Gmail, you need Rediff Mail, you need a Google browser for information searching, and finally you need a YouTube for some important videos. Using these in a proper way is the biggest challenge, apart from the saree challenge or dress challenge. Using these four is the biggest challenge. If we know how to use this properly, then nobody can enter into our computer, nobody can monitor our screens. So kindly take care, be aware, be careful. We'll share our mail IDs, write us the queries, I'll share you all the certificates. And yesterday in the mail, we have sent the feedback form. Kindly fill the feedback form and mention about our feedback. Again, I'll send another feedback form to all of you. Kindly fill them for Madhavi Madam also. And then now the second aspect is be more careful before you accept some invitation from someone. Do not blindly accept everything. Now that you know both of us, you saw both of us lively, that's different. Now let us see how many of you will invite both of us to your colleges post-lockdown. We would like to really come down and give some more education. See, I'll tell you, this is the profession for both of us. Madam is working on the same line, I've been working on the same line. This is our profession. This is not just we're doing for a lockdown period or limited period. This is something we have been doing and we will be doing for the future. Our association with the departments, our association with the law has been very long, and we know what is happening, and people have been calling. I have even given examples of yesterday night. So please be careful. You become a soldier for yourself. You know how to protect your family. You know how to protect yourself. Do that. Self-discipline and self-motivation is only key. That's it. So thank you very much, ma'am. Thanks for your wonderful session.
Thanks a lot. See you all.
So thank you very much, friends, and I'll be sending you all this information. Okay. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All the best.